Hello, welcome to Allen Baptist Church Daily Bible Study. We're still looking at characters out of the Bible in an alphabetical order, and we're at the letter P, and today Priscilla, along with her husband Aquila. Sometimes Paul shortened her name, as we do, even myself. I'm Timothy, but I call myself Tim. Everybody does. But he would generally call Priscilla Prisca, and you see that sometimes in there. You find her, Aquila and Priscilla, listed in Acts 16 and also Acts 18. They were a vitally important part of the missionary work of Paul and others in general, spreading the gospel to the Gentile world, or to the world other than Jewish world. Aquila, her husband, was a tent maker from Pontus. He had settled in Rome, and Priscilla and Aquila were there in Rome, but there was a decree by Emperor Claudius in 49 AD that ran them out of Rome, forced them to leave, and they resettled their business and everything in Corinth. And that's where they met Paul, in Corinth. They gave him hospitality. Hospitality in the Christian faith back then was both keeping missionaries in your home, having churches in your home. Aquila and Priscilla did both of that. Paul took them along with him when he left Corinth and went to Ephesus. And then when he left for Jerusalem, they stayed in Ephesus, and they continued preaching the word. As a matter of fact, they helped to instruct the great preacher Apollos concerning the parts of the story of Jesus that he had not yet been instructed in. And they were very helpful to him as well as with Paul. Paul said at one point that they risked their lives for him. We don't know in what way, how that happened, but we could easily see that it would happen because persecution was rising, and some think that maybe because sometimes, not every time, Aquila is listed. Priscilla is listed first, that maybe she was of some high rank socially, and perhaps she could use that to help Paul, but we don't know how, but we do believe that they risked their lives for him. As we'd said before, showing hospitality in the Christian sense is both helping the gospel by housing missionaries and preachers in your home, which they did. Also having churches meet in your home. For 200 years, there were no church buildings. Groups met in homes. So they had a church in their home at Ephesus, we know. They may have done the same in Rome. It doesn't say, but it would make sense. Clearly, they were a couple who understood and knew that living the Christian life is more than just going to some church building somewhere on Sunday. It is your whole life, and your home and everything that you have is dedicated to the Lord. Their business was dedicated to the Lord. They allowed Paul in Corinth to work in their business to make money, because he didn't want to take money from preaching because it would confuse him with traveling philosophers there in that Greek city. And he didn't do that, so he worked with his own hands, as he would say. And Aquila and Priscilla, in this case Aquila, providing the business for him to do that. They allowed him to stay in their home. They had a church start in their home. So everything about them was for the Lord. That's a good example to all of us, that our family, our home, our possessions are all the Lord's, to be used for the preaching of the gospel. God bless you.